so proud of us. We are now both on the tank top tip.
Yeah.
Where finally you're starting to figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, except mine is really cute. Mine says, "Don't be a basic witch."
That's exactly what it says. Oh, hold on. Yep.
I have been on hold all morning, and of course, right when we go to podcast,
Let's let Renae work this out in front of everybody.
Okay. Hi, hello.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, perfect, Renae. It seems already a registration, your machine. It's already created. But that machine has been out of warranty right now, right? So
No, it's not. I bought it on January 22nd of 2022, and it has a 2-year warranty.
Got him.
yeah, it's January 2021, I see.
No, sir. I have it in orders. I bought it on Amazon through the shop, and it says purchased on January 22nd of 2022.
Okay, got it. Yes, in this case, it's maybe my system. Today we are having a little issue. But no worries.
I'm Captain Evil. I'm always right. He just doesn't know this.
The another option that we have, because it's not power, right? Or it's just power for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it'll turn on and then it cuts itself off.
Okay, go out there. I'll handle this. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Rick. It's the vein of my existence. I know you're my co-host today. We had makeup and hair ladies come to the thing for whatever, and she had this new blow dryer thing, and Renae, like, her hair got blow dried within. I mean, her hair is so thick, and then when she blow dries, Rick, it takes like an hour and a half. They did it in 30 minutes. I go, what is that thing? I'm buying it. So we bought it, and then now it's breaking down, and then now Renee's dealing with getting it up. But I will say, what a wonderful weekend. It is so crazy the way things are going in my career. To talk real life, Rick, it's so crazy. My feelings of success and not success. Like, this business, there's always another step, and there's always another thing. And for example, it's crazy how in the beginning I said, man, if I could just open at the Improv, that's what I want. I just want to open at the Improv. And then I got to open at the Improv, and I was like, yes, this is what I wanted. And then a year or 2 years goes by, and you go, well, when do I get to middle? I just want a middle. Like, when do I get to be the middle guy? That's my next goal, be the middle guy. Then I became the middle guy, and I was happy. And then it was like, oh man, how do I headline? I want to headline. Then I headline. Anyway, there's this real anxiety that I get when I go, I just want to, I want to get there. And the crazy thing about this business is that there's always a feeling of, I'm not there.
Oh, this is a good conversation.
Right?
What did I miss?
No, I was about to talk about how great of a weekend that I had, and it was a great weekend.
Oh, it was a crazy weekend,
and
a
it was
whirlwind.
a beautiful weekend, and I am overwhelmed with the success that we are having, and the way that people respond to me when I walk on stage. It is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But next door, so here I am. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm like, man, we're about to sell 3,000 tickets in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Will Rogers. Holy crap! Like, I am there.
Yes.
I am, man. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, well, who's next door at the Dickies Arena? I'm like, I wonder who it is. And it was Nate Bargatze.
Yeah.
And he sold out the fucking arena. So then I have this feeling of inadequacy. Inadequacy, where I'm like, well, shit, man. I thought I was, kicking ass and doing great, and which I am.
Yes.
But then there's this guy, and nothing against Nate. I think Nate is fantastic. I think he's very funny. I think he seems to be a very, very nice guy.
Yeah.
I have never met Nate, so this has nothing to do with
him as a person.
Him as a person, or me hating on him. I I'm so happy for his success.
Yeah. It was
Right?
just kind of like very in your face. Here you
Yeah,
thought
it's like
you were
it's
having
right
a
next door,
moment.
and I'm like, well, fuck, man. I guess my 3,000 tickets.
Is it like the
you
rug,
know,
feeling like the rug pulled out from under you a little?
I don't know, and it goes back to Insecurities.
I was going to
right?
say it's the comic brain.
It's the insecurities.
comic
It's
brain.
this business. It's the, well, here I thought, man, I'm there, man, and we're selling out. I mean, we sold 3,000 tickets in on a Saturday in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Friday in Lubbock, we sold 2,000 tickets.
Yeah.
And then we sold another 500 tickets in Abilene. And I'm sitting there going, dude, we just sold almost 5,000 tickets this weekend.
Yeah.
Or 6,000 tickets. I'm kicking ass. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Right? I'm feeling very, very successful. And then I'm like, well, who the fuck's at the arena?
I
And
didn't
I'm like,
know you
holy
were so
crap.
bothered by it in the moment. You like mentioned it.
It
we
shouldn't
talked
bother.
about it.
That's what's so
But then
frustrating.
you're talking about it on the podcast today. I didn't even think about it
But
again.
that's what's so frustrating is that I shouldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
And I am not bothered at the fact that Nate is having that kind of
What's
success.
bothering you then, Steve?
I don't know.
Trevino?
It's the God, I keep working so hard. And I just want to get there. And I'm thinking I'm there. And then it's like, you're not there yet.
Don't they say
right?
it's the cheesy saying, it's the journey, not the destination?
Well,
Because once you get there, you're going to be bored, Steve.
Well, I definitely have learned to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
I love this weekend. Absolutely loved our time.
Yeah. We had a great weekend.
We're very blessed with so many fans and so many people that came out but there is still that inside of me, like, I want to be at the Dickies.
Yeah.
I want to be in the arena.
Yeah.
And again, and then the funnier part, Monday we had to go do a photo shoot for the cover of the Netflix special that we're filming. And I'm sitting there with my manager and my publicist, and I'm like, fucking Nate Bragazzi. That motherfucker's everywhere right now. And he's at the Dickies Arena. I wonder who his publicist is. And my publicist goes, me. I go, well, then now I have a standard. Now I have expectations of what you can do. Yeah. Right. But it's just weird how you just have this feeling of, I want more, I want more, I want more.
Yeah.
And it's not about the money.
Yeah.
I always tell people, money and I think even in Rick's business, the money is the reward that tells you you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Right? The money
It's a marker.
It's a marker to go, hey, you've worked very hard at this. You're very good at it. Here is your reward.
Yeah.
I don't go, more money.
No.
I want more money. Like that is not
It's
ever
compensation for your time and effort.
Yeah, it's never like, hey, I've gotten really good at this. This is my reward. Right?
Gotcha. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Hey, we're letting you know that you are really good at this. Right? Because I would do it for free, but then I'd be like, well, wait a minute. What do I get for being really good at this?
Yeah.
Right? It's my medal. It's my flowers.
Yeah.
Right? Here you go. Right? So,
But sometimes people are really good at something and they don't get a reward for it.
I don't know.
Sometimes people have a talent and they go and work a 9 to 5 and they don't get rewarded for their actual talent and passion. So you're very lucky that you get rewarded for your talent and passion.
So Lori just said teachers. Now hold on, let's go back. Right? If I got into teaching, right? I know that the reward is a soulful reward. I know there's no money in it. I know that it'd be different if I'm Lori and I have 3 master's degrees and I work my ass off to be an amazing librarian, but the librarian across the street is making $2.5 million. That's different.
Yeah.
That's not the case. But in comedy, in other things, the guys that are good get paid to be good.
Yeah.
Teaching, for example, you don't get paid to be the best. Yeah. You could be the absolute fucking best.
The salary is the salary.
The salary is the salary, right? And as much as I love teachers, if you are a teacher that got into teaching for money, well, then you obviously are not very educated. Am I right or wrong? Right? I mean, the value in being a teacher is I want to teach I care about the kids.
I hear
you know,
ya.
and I guarantee you, just like me when I coach, that, you know, Lori taught for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
There are kids that probably see her at HEB and go, "Oh, Miss Lori." And those are the moments that for Miss Lori, I would assume you go, "Oh God, that felt," you know.
Yeah.
It's the same reward I get when I go to the elementary school to visit Garrett, and all the kids are like, "Coach Steve, Coach Steve, Coach Steve." You know, I'm like, "Oh man, that feels so good." You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to go back to the weekend, and I just wanted to share my real feelings that I did feel. There was a moment of like, I want to be over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
You know,
I hear you.
and it's probably coming.
Yeah.
You know, this new special is probably going to put me there.
Yeah.
You know, and the scary part is I hope that someday that feeling of like, well, what's next,
Yeah.
goes away.
It also, like, as you're saying this, I'm also thinking like, oh, Steve Trevino, think about what is it that you really want and what does that look like? Like, you are such a vision, you think it, you see it, you make it happen. And I just think that you also talk about like, it's weird and I can't go out in public and stuff like that. So I just, in my head, I'm like, think about what you really want and what it really looks like, because I know you and you will make it happen.
I love to work. I don't work for the money. I love to work. I love to be busy. I love to work, which is why I am a part of so many different companies.
Yeah.
Right? Because I love to succeed. I love to win. I love to take an idea, work hard at that idea, and see that idea succeed.
Yeah.
Right? And it has nothing to do, again, the reward is the money.
Yeah.
Right? So everything I do is because I want it to succeed and I want to work.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think ever in my life I will be I retired, I have a boatload of money, so I'm financially safe. Let's go sip margaritas
No.
on the beach.
No, but I'll go sip the margaritas on the beach for you.
And you do. But I think there are some people that go, I want to work so that I can get on the beach.
Yeah.
I want to work so that I don't have to worry about my finances.
Yeah.
And I want to truly relax. You know, I want to play golf every single day, and I want to fish, and I want to hunt, and
Yeah.
that's what I want my days to be full of.
Yeah.
And there are some people like that, right? You know, and then there's people like me who I just want to work. I don't want anybody to ever tell me you can't work,
Yeah.
because it's also scary, because working is what I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Working, I enjoy working.
Yeah.
Staying busy, I enjoy staying busy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's some people that do not enjoy work.
Yeah, but you're lucky you get to do something you love, you know? And that has afforded you to explore other opportunities that are your interests and you enjoy too, you know?
Yes. But I also did it for no money
Yeah.
because I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think people are not willing. They're not willing to do something that they love for a living because they're afraid of not having insurance.
Yeah.
They're afraid of not having benefits.
Yeah.
They're afraid of not the steady paycheck.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, but you and I have had this conversation from the beginning. You're like, when people ask you, like, what is your advice to comics? You always say, start when you're young, or when you don't have obligations and commitments, and it is easier to make those kinds of sacrifices because you don't have little mouths depending on you, you know?
No, it's tough. And I do meet very, very talented comedians who have families.
Yeah.
You know, and they started late, and it's like, oh man, like, you know, there's a lot of working for free in this business. There's a lot of figuring it out in this business. And if you don't start young, it does make things difficult. So I think a lot of people, you know, society says go to college, your parents say go to college, so you go to college.
Yeah.
And then, well, you need to get a job, right? You need to support yourself, so then they get a job, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go, well, man, now I got a mortgage, I got a car payment, I got a wife, I got all these things, and I don't like my fucking job. Yeah. And I really wanted to be a fishing guide, or I really wanted to be a hunting guide, or I really wanted to train dogs, or, you know,
Yeah.
I have a passion for these things. And now I cannot risk taking a step back to then start over, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult. And I think guys like me and Rick, where, you know, we were young when we started and we had a passion for something.
Yeah.
We just did it because we loved it and we could afford to do it for no money.
Yeah.
And it led to a career.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that, and to sound like the old man, I think these young kids see success in me and in Rick and other people, and they're not willing to do it for free.
Yeah.
Steve, one thing I'll add to that I know you had no backup plan. And I think when people have a backup plan, as soon as stuff gets hard, they go to that backup plan.
Oh, 1,000%. And that
You
that,
talk about that too.
all the time.
The way Steve always phrases it is he said, I had no security net. Like dad wasn't going to come bail me out, you know?
Yeah, I had zero. My parents were not going to give me money. My parents were not going to pay my rent. I did not have a college degree. So there was very few jobs that I could do without a college degree. I had no choice. So I always tell comics, like, either do this full time,
Yeah.
or don't do it at all. You know, and Rick, you were full time. I mean, when I met you, you were like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't have that security blanket either.
But
yeah.
you know what was so interesting, Rick? Can I share what you shared with me last week when we were scouting the Tobin?
What the fuck were y'all sharing together?
Do you really want to reveal this on the podcast?
No, when we were at the Tobin Center, we were talking. Rick and I were talking about last week's episode about like the dreams and the insecurities and all that brought up. And I thought it was so interesting that Rick said Rick was kind of the opposite of you, as opposed to where you would like say, "Hey, I'm this and I'm doing this." When people asked Rick what he was doing, he would tell them he was. Didn't you say you were a landscaper or something like that?
Garbage man.
A garbage man. He would tell people he was a garbage man because he felt like he wasn't far enough along in his career that he didn't want to share what he actually did.
And I was the opposite.
Yeah.
I was like, everything's great. I'm a comedian. Like, man, my life is awesome. I'm making so much money. Meanwhile, I'm eating, thank God for 7-Eleven, 2 hot dogs for 99 cents. Because, let me buy your drinks. I got you. Because I got money. And then, Monday morning after the weekend, I'm like, oh shit, I better go eat some freaking hot dogs because I was over there lying about my career, But I mean, it does come from insecurities. But I think Rick's approach was also an insecurity.
Oh no, that's what Rick was saying, But there's got to be value to like. Well, I guess you weren't being completely honest, but like putting it out there too, that's what you do. Because how else do those kind of opportunities come to you if you don't say, hey, this is what I'm doing?
No, you have to definitely, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, you have to dive in deep,
Yeah, you always just jump into things.
You got to go for it.
You totally,
and I think a lot of people are afraid to go for it.
Yeah.
And I am a go for it kind of guy because at the end of the day, I've been poor.
Yeah.
And I survived and I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
I was poor, and if I put all my money into this special and I'm poor again, I don't know what's the difference.
Yeah.
It's like guys that sit there.
I mean, there's a difference. We have 2 kids, but
no, but guys that sit there and they go, oh my God, they're at a bar and they go, oh God, that girl over there is so pretty. Well, go talk to her. Well, I don't want to get rejected. So if you talk to her and get rejected, you're in the same place you are right now.
Yeah.
Without her. So what do you truly have to lose?
Yeah.
Right? So
some pride.
Well, yeah, but go talk to her.
Yeah.
If she rejects you, then you're in the same boat you are right now. But if you don't even try,
yeah,
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep, that is true.
I've always been the opposite. And I've actually had, and I've heard this from other people too, especially female celebrities. They go, we want to get hit on. I don't have a boyfriend because nobody wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone's so intimidated.
Yeah. Like, man, I've always had a beautiful woman, you being my wife, but because I'd go talk to them and they'd be like, this guy has the balls to fucking come and talk to me. Like these other guys don't talk to me. This guy does. Like,
yeah.
I got nobody talk to me but you. Thank you. Let's party.
I got the girl because no one else would talk to her but me. It's basically what you just said.
Yes. But I was charming and I was funny and I was a good time. And, you know, but if, again, there's that beautiful girl that walks by and all these guys go, oh, man, I'd love to be with her. Well, go talk to her.
Yeah.
You know, how do you know you can't be?
Yeah.
Right? I've always been like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that has been the success of my career too. But to go back to talking about this beautiful weekend, we had a wonderful weekend. It was our wedding anniversary. And for the first time, I was able to surprise Renae. She didn't catch on to. I think we threw her for a loop with the limo.
Yeah,
Lori.
there was a limo incident that was a decoy. Was that intentional, by the way?
No, Lori fucked up.
Okay.
Lori fucked up. Lori got fired.
No, so you were like coming in and out of exercising in the garage or something, and Lori asked me. She was like, "Hey, Steve told me to get a limo for this weekend. How big does it need to be? Like, how many people?"
I'm like,
and you came in and got really you got upset.
It was a secret.
But I was like, we get a limo sometimes. Like,
well, no,
I didn't
it was
think
all
that big a deal. But then when you got upset about it, you were like, well, I was planning that for our anniversary, so I just thought that was it. Was that we got a limo for our anniversary?
What I wanted for our anniversary was for me and you to have a good night out of drinking and laughing and having a good time with friends.
Because I'm not fun anymore, like we talked about.
Yes, pretty much. Without talking, without worrying about, are we going to get an Uber? Are we going to,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm going to set this night up.
We leave when we want. We go when
we have
want.
a limo picking us up. We're not driving. We don't have to drive. The kids are taken care of. I'm going to present to you with this beautiful ring, which hopefully will put you in a good mood.
Which was a surprise. You completely surprised me. I usually I gotta say, I'm a little uneasy that he was able to pull off that surprise because
Detective Captain Evil over here.
Yes, I feel like either you're getting better or I'm losing some skills because I usually see an email or I hear a phone call. I usually pick up on something, a little bit of something.
She is so fucking nosy. Renae is one of the most nosy people I've ever met in my life. Like I am like I don't care who she's talking to. I could care less. I don't go through her purse. I don't go through her wallet. I don't check her statements. I don't check it. I trust my wife 1,000. Renae, I get off a phone call. Well, who was that? Who was that?
Well, I trust you too.
What's going on? Who was that?
I am inquisitive.
You are nosy.
You're the one who's all about the chisme. You are all about the chisme. That's you. I don't care about that stuff. Nope.
So anyway, those of you that have been following the podcast, you know that Renae lost the ring that I bought her originally, and then now she gets rewarded with a custom ring. So,
but it was so sweet. I was well.
And
again, I was completely
and a big
surprised.
shout out to Eddie V he's the drummer for Josh Abbott Band. He came out and I go, okay, how do I get this damn ring on stage without Renae seeing it? And I thought, well, Renae knows I'm going to have a drink on stage with Eddie from Josh Abbott Band.
Yeah. Well, and then but I was like,
Eddie was so slick.
He was so nervous about it. And then someone showed me, because someone took a video. He was so nervous that you had given him that job. And then, they showed me a video of him slipping it on the table on stage as he came around the backside. I did not see him.
It was so smooth. I go, dude. Just put it back there. Renae will be facing forward. I go, you put it right back there behind the towels. It's perfect, right? He
was so slick about it. But then I was like, why are you don't call me on stage to take shots with you? So I was just like, why am I taking a shot of Crown?
Well, I wanted to warm her up. I wanted to get her a little bit juicy so that I could have a good night out with my wife. So wanted to get her a little juicy, right? And I know that if Renae gets a little juicy, woo, we party. We did a little Crown Royal shot together, and then Eddie kind of walked off. And then
I started to walk off because I thought you and Eddie were gonna do a thing. So I started to walk off, and you said, "No, come back. I'm not done with you."
And then I got on a knee and I re-proposed.
Yes.
And that was another cool thing too, is that our original proposal went to shit because of your nosiness, and this proposal was in front of the 3,000 people and here I am working on my anniversary. How how do I, gift you something, that was special and I knew you needed another ring and I know that you didn't like the ring I got you. So I knew you needed another ring. And then this guy, I called Philip and Kim, and they have a custom jeweler that they deal with. So then they put me in touch with him, and bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Lori's getting a ring mailed to her house that her mom's picking up.
Is that what happened?
My mom opened it.
And then I was able to give it to you, and everybody's like, well, let me see it.
I know on my Instagram, people have been asking me. They're like, send me a picture. I want to see the bling. How come you haven't posted a picture
Well, it was
of the ring?
it was a decoy.
It's a
so
decoy
it was just
ring.
something that I could give her. Now, Renae has a budget with the jeweler that she will be able to design her very own wedding ring. So
I can't believe you managed to surprise me.
it was fun.
I can't believe you
And then we
managed to
almost had a
surprise
good
me.
time together. We almost did it.
Almost.
I was having a great time.
We did have a good time.
And then Renee's just sitting in the corner. I don't feel good. I just don't feel good.
I drank. I had a good time. I visited. We danced.
I don't feel good.
Y'all, it was 1:30 in the morning.
The worst one.
I said we should probably go before everyone starts clearing out.
No, but you were already hitting me up like at 12:30. Like at 12:30, she rubs my back. She rubs my back. When she rubs my back, that is her basically saying, I want to get the fuck out of here. I already know that. So like at 12:30.
No, but now every time I go to rub your back, you're always like, you want to leave. I know. You want to leave.
I get it. We're leaving. Jeez. But for our anniversary, you get the ring, and I just wanted to have a good night out with you. I don't want any money. I don't need rings.
Yeah.
I don't need you to propose to me. I just wanted to have a good night where we're laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
That's it. And then
We
I got
did.
the rub.
We got to hang
the
out
rub.
with your cousins that we hadn't hung out with in a long. That I really enjoyed
It was fun.
we hadn't hung out with your cousins in a long time, and that was good.
It was good. And Philip and Kim, and they're just such classy people. And we ended up raising a hopefully about $25,000 that night for Helicopters for Heroes. And I really threw it out there because Helicopters for Heroes is located right there.
Yeah.
So I was hoping to raise a little bit of extra money, so we did. And Theo Rick, Jake's uncle, brought me tamales finally, and the food was amazing. This restaurant in Fort Worth called Chewy's. Oh my gosh, homemade tortillas. The food was amazing. So thank you. We had the green room was nuts. The kids had a great time.
The kids were back there. Yeah.
So we stayed at the Gaylord, which is a really cool place for kids. However, I gotta say, man, it's time to update that place.
Yeah.
It is nice. Garrett, we ended up with this suite, so that my mom could stay with us in the suite. And then we walk, it's like a 2-bedroom deal. We walk in and the window is overlooking this beautiful atrium that they have built out there. And it's just gorgeous. And Garrett goes up and goes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
And then Delilah right behind him. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, these children.
It was really cool. But I mean, they definitely need to update it.
Yeah.
The food was below average, if I'm being honest. And
Oh, well, you slept in, but we went on Saturday morning and did the buffet, and the kids were all about it. Your mama was all about it.
I mean, it's hard to fuck up breakfast.
That's true. No, but they're like buffet spread. That's a pretty impressive buffet. It's one of the nicer buffets that we have been to for sure.
But just the rooms are a little outdated, and they definitely need to do some remodeling. And it's very, very, very expensive for what you get.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they were still charging brand new prices for not brand new amenities.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. We did. You were working, so we stayed there because they have activities and stuff for the kids.
And maybe because I grew up poor and I've been not poor but on a budget. Every time I spend that kind of money on a hotel, I'm like, this better be fucking awesome. Like, who spends that kind of money on a freaking hotel?
No, but the kids, they had bingo for the kids.
Did mom do bingo?
Yeah, we did family bingo. It was kind of hard with Delilah because she was over it. But Garrett and your mom both won at bingo night. And then we did one night they had this amazing woman who could make these incredible balloon animals and art and stuff.
Delilah had a baby. He made her a balloon baby.
Yeah, I think it's still kicking in your car, like slowly deflating. But
Rick, do you get that feeling like when you spend money on things and even though you have money, you're like, what?
All the time.
Oh my God. Every day I'm like, why? What?
You're turning into the old people that are like, it costs how much? It used to cost,
Oh yeah, my dad's like, how much was that cheeseburger? I'm like, well, Dad, when you were a kid, there were 15 cents.
There's that. Do you guys find that there's certain things you'll spend money on and it's kind of no limit, but then others that will actually have value? Meaning, dinners, I don't care what the price is, I'll pay whatever.
That's
for
me.
dinner.
That's me.
Right, but then I won't pay like $50 for something I'm going to be using for the next 6 years.
Okay, yes, I want to, and I really want to know. So in the comments, like this is a question I have. I feel like Grandpa Art is like that, and he doesn't spend money on anything else, but he will spend money at a restaurant and not think twice about it. You are like that too. Is it a guy thing?
Well, we've talked about it before. I am all about spending money on experiences. But a room to sleep in, I'm like, I don't care where I sleep.
Yeah.
A bed's a bed. I don't give a
But
fuck.
and I don't know if it's like the college New Yorker kid in me, but I'm like, where can I get like a really good hot dog for $2, or where can you get the best pizza for like whatever? I don't know. Spending a lot of money at a restaurant. Also.
But Renae will.
You gambling gives me anxiety.
But Renae will spend a lot of money on jewelry that has zero value.
That's not true.
Look at your fingers.
Jewelry, it's gold. The jewelry,
Zero,
the,
but no,
the
but
cost
it
of
doesn't
jewelry
bring
goes
any
up.
value.
What do you
Food
mean it
brings
doesn't bring any value? No, it for sure has value. There's like, you know what? It's
I mean, you can go trade it in and get your money back, but I'm saying that like for me, Rick, and you're different
food,
than me.
you eat it and you poop it out. It's gone, and then it makes you fatter.
I know me and you are different.
You should not just gloss over that. Steve, you just said food has value.
It does have value.
That's why I said you eat it and you poop it out. There's no. What do you mean?
Breaking bread and enjoying a nice dinner with your friends, with your family is very important.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be an expensive dinner.
It brings
There's
value to your soul.
Like putting a lasagna in the oven, a frozen lasagna, and eating it with people. That's
I'm not saying that
also
doesn't.
is like
I just like it to be
same.
fucking delicious and amazing and wagyu.
Maybe it's just because I can't cook.
Well, that's true. But Rick's different than I am. Like, I have a hard time with sneakers. Like, the fact that sneakers cost over $100, every time I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, crap, I got to go buy tennis shoes, and they're freaking $100, and that's insane to me. And,
Yeah.
you know, Rick's got a collection of freaking Jordans, but...
No, sneakers get me too because you wear them out. Like, I have bad feet, and after I exercise in my sneakers so much and it's worn out, I have to, like... That's the one pair
That's
of
how I
shoes
feel about
I, like,
clothes.
legit have to go buy another pair.
Like, clothes, I don't need name brands. I could care less about name brands. I could care less about my clothes.
Yeah.
I
We know. We can
I
tell.
wear the same shit, you know. I don't care where I sleep. I could sleep anywhere. You know, I've slept in a bush. No big deal. You know, so I don't want to spend money on clothes, on shoes, but I will spend money on food and experiences.
Yeah.
You know, I will go spend crazy amounts of money to play video games with Garrett at Peter Piper because we have fun and I enjoy it and I could care less about the money. You know, playing craps is not about the money.
Raising
to
a
me.
little gambler.
Playing craps is not about the money to me. It's about having a good time and high-fiving my buddies and having a drink and playing a game together.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the money. I mean, I hate losing, but you know, it's not. I don't go to the casino and go, I'm gonna play craps to make money.
Yeah.
You know, I go, man, how many high fives have me and Jake had together? How many laughs? How many, you know, good times have we had standing around a craps table, you know, laughing and enjoying each other's company, having a drink? Those memories are what I have with me, not the losses.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It's just hard. And I mean, even when we go to like, you know, New York City, where I'm like, I remember Hawaii, I'm like, oh my gosh, how much is this fucking breakfast? That's insane. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, wonderful, wonderful weekend. I thought last week's episode was great.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun doing it. And
one of your cousins texted us, cousin Tanya, and she's like, oh, I got a little nervous when y'all started talking about exes, but it's okay. You found a way out.
no, we both know. I mean, you know, I think jealousy kills marriages. You know, I definitely think lack of trust kills marriages. Jealousy kills marriages.
Yeah.
And I am not jealous at all
You're
about
not.
your ex-boyfriends or any of that. Like that doesn't bother me. And, you know, I think we all move on in life and You know, I am not the type that is always like, well, let me see who's calling you, or, you know, nervous about, well, who you talking to and who you know, you just have to trust each other. And I think that trust is huge when it comes to a successful marriage. And I think jealousy too is a bad thing.
But also I think, because I think about other girlfriends and, you know, some of their past relationships. And usually if they were paranoid and he'd be like, oh, you're paranoid, it's because he was cheating. So you talk about trust, but like your partner has to make you feel secure. Like it's a twofold street. It's not just that I trust you blatantly. It's also that you make me feel secure.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to try to do that. I mean, nothing says I cheated or somebody cheated than a dual Facebook.
A dual Facebook?
Yeah, when they share a Facebook.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Like that's the result
that's
of
when you know.
You got busted doing something you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, if it says Lori and Gabe, you know, that you're like, they're not. One of them is not allowed to have their own Facebook. One of them is not allowed to have their own social media account. One of them fucked up, right? Nothing says that more than anything in the world. But we had a wonderful weekend, and Grandma Dora, she came and she helped, and you know, we did get to spend time with some cousins that we haven't hung out with in a long time, and you know, with long deep history, and it was just a beautiful night. Fort Worth, you know, and I started my comedy career right around the corner in Dallas, Texas, and you know, as an opening act, as a middle act, as a headliner that wasn't selling tickets. So to be able to walk into the Will Rogers auditorium and sell it the way we did, and to you know, we did the meet and greet after, which, by the way, people, we are working on a better system for meet and greet. We're working on a better system for us all to be able to continue for Renae and I to stay close to you as things grow. So we're really working on it, and it's something that is of high concern of mine. But you know, we had several people in the meet and greet, you know, that say, "Oh my gosh, you saved our marriage." I
was gonna bring that up too, because she made me cry.
Oh, the woman. Oh
yeah,
man.
She made me cry. The woman after the show, and I just
and she didn't even want a picture.
No, she didn't. She didn't want a picture.
This beautiful older woman walks up to us, and she just had that teacher feel. You know, there's some women that feel kind.
Yeah.
Right? They just feel like you want to hug them. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, they're already making you breakfast, and they have a coffee waiting for you. And, and they're ready to listen.
Such an interesting way. Yeah, I could see her. I could see this woman doing that.
You know, she walks up to us and you know, she tells us this story about how my stand-up basically saved her life. And you know, she said, "Well, I figured if I wake up, I'll put Steve on and have a laugh. I can have that."
Well, she said she had she hurt herself, and she was going to need a lot of care and help, and she felt like she was such a burden to her children, and she didn't want to be that. But yeah, she said what you just said, that she thought her daughter was having suicidal thoughts, and her daughter came over that day and showed her some of your stand-up and was like, "Mom, this guy's so funny. Watch this. Like, look at this." And she thought, if I can't do anything, right, because
she couldn't move,
I'm hurt. If I just have to lay in this bed, I can still turn on the computer or get on my phone and watch Steve Trevino and laugh.
And it was just a special lady. And then she goes, and now she's, "I'm glad I stuck around because I'm walking, I'm moving around, and I have a beautiful grandchild."
Yeah.
She goes, "And just thank you. And she gave us a big hug. And she was just
I'm going to cry
I know, man.
Thinking about it.
And again, you could tell she's salt of the earth. Just a beautiful woman. Just one of those women that you want her to be your grandma.
Yeah. But it gave me goosebumps, Steve. And I just want to say, I also had a moment of such admiration for you and what you do. And even the way we started this podcast talking about whether it's the Will Rogers Theater or whether it's an arena. In my head, I'm like, fuck it, who cares? Like, you get moments like that, you know?
Oh, it's in beautiful moments. And several couples saying, "Gosh, you know, you saved our marriage. And, you know, we didn't think we were going to make it in marriage. And then we found you and realized that, hey, man, you know, it's all the same. And what we're going through is normal. And that's why Steve Trevino, You're Not Alone, is going to be the new tour.
Yeah.
Because I do think that sometimes we feel alone, and sometimes we feel like our relationship is not normal. You know? I mean, me and you have our ups and downs. I mean, shoot, I couldn't be any more upset. I don't even think Lori knows about this. Monday morning at 4:00 in the morning, balancing, trying to get Delilah back to sleep, trying to get out the door, trying to pack our luggage. Lori had a new luggage for us that had the lock on it.
We couldn't figure out how to get the lock off of the new suitcase.
And we kept trying 000, and it wasn't working.
Because I looked online. I got on the website and I was like, there's got to be some code or something, they have to have that information. And it did. We were doing what it said, but it wouldn't unlock and it wouldn't come off. And I was like, is that why this damn suitcase was at the outlet? Because it won't unlock.
So then I was upset because, I had no idea the lock was on there. I was trying to get Delilah down so that Renae could get her hair and dressed and all the things she needed to do. So then finally I get Delilah down. I get up. Nothing's packed. Renae has done none of that. Renae has no idea that the lock is on there. So I'm trying to figure out the lock. I'm trying to pack. I'm upset, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, if I'm being completely frank, I'm thinking to myself, well, if you're going to leave me with Delilah, then I need you to help me pack because you left me with handle Delilah. Somebody has to handle Delilah. Somebody has to pack. I'm handling Delilah. Nobody packed. I'm upset. We get in the car late. We start hauling ass. I'm already thinking to myself, we're not going to make the cutoff time. We're not going to make it.
No, he legit tells me, he says, you better hope nothing else goes wrong because then we're screwed.
I didn't say it like that. I said everything has to go perfect or we're screwed, right? I go, we're not going to make it. So we're hauling ass, right? Going down the fucking road and trying to get to the Austin airport. And then Renae goes, we're in San Antonio. We are not at the Austin airport.
I got a notification on my phone about our gate and I clicked it and it took me into the app and said departing from San Antonio. We were already in Kyle.
Completely U-turn. We literally got there. I drop Renae off at the front. She jumps out to the curbside guy. And we made it by minutes.
I was like, please help me check my bag. I was like, our flight leaves at this time, and we have to make the luggage cutoff because it was for a photo shoot for Steve. We had that huge suitcase packed with
and I'm mad at
wardrobes
Renae,
and props.
Renae's mad at me for being mad at her.
No, I wasn't mad at you for being mad at me. It was
and we're both grumpy and we're both upset and we're both. I'm just sitting there going, can somebody help me? Please help me. I've driven I've flown all over the state.
But for people who don't know, our geography, we literally were driving to the opposite airport and then had to turn around and go all the way past where we live.
Oh my
and
gosh,
go to the other
I'm
airport.
upset and we're trying to figure it out. And we got to get to this thing where we're doing a very high profile photo shoot. And I'm just like, oh my God, we're not going to fucking make it. I'm exhausted. I just drove from Dallas after it was just a whole fucking thing. And, Renae and I in the morning were not good. We were not, here I wanted it to be kind of a date day for us. We were going to go and come to Phoenix. Just the two of us
without kids.
Just the two of us. And man, we were both not happy in the morning and things could not have gone any more wrong. And then sometimes you sit there and you go, God, is it even worth being married? And what are we into? And this is crazy.
I didn't think that morning.
I'm saying not that morning. I'm saying sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes things are hard, man. And you sit there and you go, God, I'm upset and I'm furious right now. And poor Renee's over there feeling bad because, it was just bad. It was a bad morning.
Yeah.
But we apologized to each other. We said, we're sorry.
Yeah.
And we grabbed each other's hand and said, hey, start over.
Well, and we both always try to be better.
Yep. And we ended up having a great day.
Yeah.
We went to a gourmet Mexican restaurant in Phoenix called Gallo Blanco. Holy shit,
so good.
Rick. Oh my God, Rick.
Everything they brought to the table was so good.
Unbelievable, this place.
We have to go next time you're in Phoenix.
Best street tacos I've ever had in my life.
The ceviche was delicious.
Oh my God.
What was that thing did you order that or Joe ordered that?
Joe ordered
came
it
to the table?
So they took El Pastor, the meat.
Uh-huh.
And then they did one of those cheese crust quesadilla. They made it into a cheese crust quesadilla.
But it's
And
not a
then you-
quesadilla because there wasn't tortilla.
Can
It
I
was
finish?
just
It was just the cheese crust around the
Like a
El
cheese
Pastor,
omelet.
like a cheese omelet, and then you cut that into pieces and you put it in a corn tortilla and eat it. And oh my god, dude, I would have just got a plate of that,
yeah.
and it was out of this world delicious.
Now we're talking about it. I was like, oh, and I wish
Oh.
I had ordered like the pozole
God.
because they had pozole too.
It was
wish I had ordered
it was
all
amazing.
kinds of
But
stuff.
my point is that in your relationship and in marriages, you have those ups and downs, and you have those moments where you're a little more upset than you should be, and it's all normal.
Yeah.
We're human beings trying to live with two completely different human beings with different opinions, different approaches, and trying to come to a
Coexist.
and it's
Yeah.
hard. So I think that's what I love about the stand-up is that I go on stage and I go, it's all hard.
Yeah.
And she does this and I do that and she
I
does
use a
this.
label
and-
maker and he doesn't.
yeah, this drives me crazy and then she does it. But, at the end of the day, here we are making it.
Yeah.
Getting it together and still trying to surprise you.
Oh,
Make
happy
you happy.
anniversary, baby! If this one doesn't work out, I'm giving this one my all. If this one doesn't work out, I'm not doing it again. I'm all in on this
Oh,
one.
me too, homie. We love you guys. We got to give it up to Aztec Chevrolet, who has always been all in, as a matter of fact. They have one in Uvalde, Texas. So Uvalde Chevrolet, please give them a chance. Aztec Chevrolet. And then they have one in Goliad. So please, please, please give those guys a shot over there. Tell them I sent you because they're the sweetest people on earth and they will make it happen. They will travel. You want to buy something, you want to order something, order it from them. They will deliver it to your door with the paperwork. You don't even have to go in. So please, please, please give them a shot. Old Salt Coffee, delicious as ever. We absolutely love it. We are aware that it is not the cheapest coffee, but it is cheaper than going to Starbucks every day. And in my opinion, it is the best drip coffee you can buy for your house. It's delicious. Trevino 10. We also have picked Cherries. Please download it on your phone.
Yeah.
And then Raul Western Wear. A lot of cool things coming from Raul. Please, please, please. If you wear those Raul shirts at the shows, I'm most likely going to point you out. I'm most likely going to bring you backstage. Raul Western Wear. We love you guys. Thank you so much.